Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome, guys. This is our Try It series where we put together 3, sometimes 4 different samples. Tonight we're doing unique wheats. 2 are from Cleveland Whiskey. The other one is Maker's Mark 101. So I thought we would start with the wheat penny. If you guys haven't poured it, go ahead.
Yeah, which one are we doing?
The wheat penny.
How much of it should we pour?
You can pour all of it, but save some for later because we'll come back to it at the end after we go through the others.
Pour like half.
Okay. All right, so this one is Cleveland Whiskey's first wheated offering. It's finished in black cherry and toasted wheat barrels. And they named it Wheat Penny 1958 because it was the last year the wheat penny was ever made. And it's 94 proof. So we'll just nose it. And you guys feel free, just jump in and you can give your nosing notes because sometimes we all pick up different stuff that somebody else might not.
So what were the barrels? Black cherry, what?
Yeah, it's black cherry and toasted wheat barrels.
Kind of get that black cherry smell a little bit.
Yeah.
You can get that a lot.
It's real oaky too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I get like a sweet.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's me, but like every time I smell cherry, I get like, I think it's medicine-y, like it's cough syrup.
Hey, buddy.
All right,
I'm
go
definitely
ahead.
getting alcohol off of it too.
Yeah.
Definitely fruity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't dislike it.
It's got a little bit of a burn for only being 94 proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of getting at before. It's definitely it feels higher proof than it is.
Yeah, it does.
Is it young?
I did not get an age statement on these. I don't know how old it is.
Age statements, a thing of the past.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also don't have the bottles. Steve had the bottles, but I printed the labels for you guys so you can see.
cool.
If you're ever looking for it, that's what it looks like. Okay, what do we think about this one?
I like it. It has a little bit different edge. It's not funky.
Yeah.
It's
Good. I
tasty.
get a little pine, almost like a little bit of like from a rye.
Yeah, I get that. That makes sense.
Good.
Okay, so save a little bit of it. We'll come back to this one. Just let it kind of sit and air out a little bit. If you like to do water between them, go ahead. And next up, we will do Bridge and Maine American Wheat Bourbon. So this one was finished in toasted white oak barrels, also another finished one. I couldn't find out for sure, but I also believe this one's from Cleveland Whiskey, and it's named after the Main Street Bridge.
Can you tell us a little bit about Cleveland Whiskey? Because that's not one I've heard of before.
Yeah, so they're craft and they do a lot of experimental things. Nothing mainstream for them yet. They have a really cool website. If you just go to clevelandwhiskey.com, lots of videos from the distiller and owner where he kind of walks you through his processes, and they do a lot of cool stuff there. And that's what their label looks like for Bridge and Maine. It's a really cool label too.
They sell out west at all? I've never seen it.
Don't know. On their website, there's a distribution button. I'm not sure where all they're distributed at right now.
Definitely a milder nose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one's nice. It's super light.
I don't get the traditional caramel or vanilla, but it's a little grassy smelling.
Yeah, I get like grassy, floral,
Yeah.
Mhm.
really light.
Yeah.
Okay. ahead and try this one. It also tastes really light. That one's nice too. Hey, Bob. Thanks for jumping in.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm dandy.
Good. We're on the Bridge in Maine American wheat right now.
Okay.
Bob, if you want us to start over, I saved enough of the first one.
Yeah, we're just on the second one. You didn't miss too much. All right, so I think that one, it tastes really light. Like I got floral notes on the nose, and I think it kind of has floral, like almost gin-like flavors to it. Bill, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm definitely picking up floral. I'm not able to say exactly what it is, but I like it.
Yeah, it's pleasant.
That's a good term. I was thinking that too. Pleasant.
It's pleasant. Yeah. Like it's
Yeah.
not like too deep or overwhelming in any kind of way.
Yeah, no, it didn't have an unpleasant hug or anything.
No. Seamus, what do you think?
It's good. It's a little lighter than the first one
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
And under proof too.
and in
For
color.
sure. And like even together, like if you look at the
Yeah.
colors of them, totally different profile there too.
What's the proof?
This one's also a 94 proof.
Huh, now that surprises me.
Yeah. Yeah, like I would think this one's more of like, I don't know, like a 80, like 90 maybe, but yeah, drinks really well. Hey, Zach, what did you guys think?
What do you think?
I feel like the second one is, I felt like the first one definitely had more of a burn after effect. And I like the drinkability of the second one.
Yeah, I think the second one's like real easy. You could just probably sip on this one for a while.
It's almost like lemony, like a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that. All right, so let's go ahead. The next one is Makers 101. Has anyone actually tried this one yet?
Oh,
I've
yeah.
had 2 bottles.
Yeah, it's one that I pick up. It's fairly easy to find. I pick it up all the time. Definitely a little bit different than your regular Maker's Mark or your Maker's 46 even. Nose. This one I think definitely has the nose of like your traditional like oaky vanilla bourbons.
Yeah, I'm picking up a lot of vanilla.
No. No.
Yep. All right.
Full disclosure, I am a Maker's Mark ambassador, so I probably
Yeah, I am
Yep,
too. I'm a
yep,
big
yep.
Makers fan.
Oh.
They were
Likewise.
my first bourbon that got me real interested in bourbon.
Oh, 101's just a sweet spot in between cast strength and red top.
Yeah, I think so too.
A little
And it's a
cinnamon
pretty-
on the nose.
This has turned out to be my favorite expression.
Yeah.
Yeah, I surprisingly like it better than the cask strength, and I'm not entirely sure why.
Yeah, I think like I like the cask strength, but I don't always find it super drinkable. Sometimes it's like too much of a good thing, I think. And this one, like Rick said, just the sweet spot right between.
Yeah, because red top's 90 and cast strength usually about 112 or so.
Yeah.
To me, this smells just like a rick house. I mean, more so than most whiskeys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did a really good job with this one.
Yeah, this one tastes more like a traditional bourbon than the other two.
Mm-hmm. Which I would expect from Maker's Mark. They've been doing it long enough. We should know what it tastes like. All right, Jeff Lucida, what do you think?
What's the difference? More of a question. What's the difference in terms of the wheat content of the three?
That I should have actually got the mash bills that I don't have. So I can look those up and send a message to the group later. But
I like the bridge in Maine the best so far. Cool.
yeah, okay. Okay. Jeff B, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised with the Bridge in Maine as well. Seems to be the kind of the lightest of the group.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to our first one. We saved a little bit of it. This one was the Wheat Penny 1958. Let's see if it opened up any. Now I think it smells a little bit more like a traditional bourbon.
Yeah, I was gonna say a drop of water definitely helps it too.
Yeah, yeah, and feel free, guys, if you want to put a drop of water, maybe ice, if that's your thing too, do whatever. But I think sitting there, like it smells a little bit more oaky. But I still definitely get the cherry features.
Yeah, the mash bill for this Wheat Penny
That's still
is
strong on the cherry.
the mash bill for Wheat Penny is 51 corn, 45 wheat, and 4% malt.
Okay. It's a lot of wheat for that.
It's better this time.
I get a little licorice actually on the nose now with the water.
This one's kind of like a cherry Twizzler now.
Yeah, yeah, like cherry licorice Twizzler. It's good though. Like I definitely kind of think it has like a candy, something candiness to it, but not overly sweet.
Right.
Just enough sweet.
Yeah, and it definitely got better the more that it sat there. I like this one a lot better than I did at first.
Yeah, it improved as it opened up.
Yeah, it was better. So let's switch back. Everybody kind of liked the Bridge in Maine first already. Let's see if it's any different, that it's set a little bit. The nose seems a lot less.
Get more vanilla on the nose this time.
Yeah, I thought so too. And I do on the flavor too. More vanilla. Less floral than what it was.
Yes.
All right, KJ, Carrie, what do you guys think? Do you have a favorite so far?
Well, on the first go around, I would have said the Makers was my favorite. But I really enjoyed the second pass on the penny. So
yeah.
I don't know. I was just saying to Carrie, it's actually interesting. You know, I've never really thought of whiskeys as something that like opens up, and you know, I'm learning that it really does make a difference because you know, the Bridge of Maine tastes a lot different, I think, on the second.
It definitely does the second pass. And like, I know a lot of people are like, yeah, I pour it and I walk away for 5 minutes. And I'm like, the self-restraint you have, I respect it, but I'm going to drink that as soon as I pour it. So they probably get way different flavors than I do.
Yeah, even over 20 or 30 minutes, it will change as well. So
yeah,
taste it every 5 minutes and it makes a little bit of change.
Yeah, I think it's interesting how it does that. All right, and back to that Maker's Mark 101, our more traditional of the three. I don't know if it's the tasting order, but that Bridge in Maine is like so light, and I like this Maker's Mark 101, but it feels kind of heavy after that one.
That's kind of Makers with a kick now.
Right, yeah.
I think Makers is solid, but I'm kind of liking the Wheat Penny now.
Oh yeah, I still have some of that. I'll often go back to it.
Yeah, the Wheat Penny is really good.
Yeah. So where's that distilled?
Cleveland whiskey.
Really?
Yep, it's the first wheated they've done.
Is
And if you go to, sorry, go ahead.
is Wheat Penny prepared using that quick aging technique that Cleveland uses with some of their other stuff?
I'm not sure. They asked me earlier and I didn't get age statements on these, so I'm not sure how old it is or how they aged it. Their website, though, if you go to clevelandwhiskey.com, their distiller owner has a great video explaining his concept for this one, which is why it's really interesting. And are they close to you, Bob? Like you're in Northern Ohio, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Maybe a cool
had-
one for you to visit if they're open for that.
Hi, I'm Tom Licks. I'm the CEO and founder of Cleveland Whiskey.
Yeah, I'll look at that later.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a good video. It's really informative. Yeah, I'm gonna try this one again. Yeah, the Wheat Penny, it's good, but like now I get a little bit like grassiness with it too. I think it's good the more it sits.
Bridged, whatever.
Yeah, the Bridge in Maine.
The Bridge in Maine.
So this one going in was the one I knew the least about, and I think it's gonna actually probably be my favorite tonight.
When do you like
The Bridge in Maine.
Bridge in Maine?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, it's surprising. I still don't know much about it, but I didn't have high expectations for it. I mean, but that's really good. All right, let's see. So pour number one, we'll vote. The Wheat Penny, whose favorite was that one? Just raise your hand, we'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right, number two, the Bridge in Maine, whose favorite was that? 2, 3, 4. All right, and then we're finishing off Maker's Mark 101, whose favorite was that? All right, we have a clear winner, the Wheat Penny. Everybody's favorite tonight.
I like it second best.
Yeah. I mean, they're both not bad. And I think it's interesting, like they both kind of came in ahead of the Maker's Mark 101.
I don't think I can get Cleveland whiskey in Virginia. I was just checking.
Yeah, if you can't find it, there's a website called sealbox.com. They do a lot of extra shipping for craft distilleries. You might check them out, see if they can get it for you.
We'll look at that. Thank you. Yeah, I see him.
Yeah. They do a lot of shipping to states that might not normally have shipping options. So I would see what they can do for you.
We tend to have, it's not the worst in terms of getting stuff, but the laws can be a little weird that like, if you can't get it anywhere, then usually it's nothing, but I will definitely look.
Yeah. I'm in Indiana and like our laws are a little wonky too, but sometimes there's workarounds with websites like those. All right, Claire, haven't heard from you. What one was your favorite? And what did you
I
like
liked
about
the
it?
Bridge in Maine the best. That was one that I could see just like having too much of it on the rocks, like not paying attention to.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
agree. That was
It was easy to drink.
Drinkable.
Yeah.
It's definitely drinkable. And you're on like 4 or 5 and you're like, oh. Definitely agree.
All right, I think I finally have a vote.
All right, what do you think, Kathy?
I think I like the Wheat Penny the best. I like the fruity bomb at the front and then how it just kind of mellows out but doesn't get too soft.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
It was hard though.
Yeah, the
To
first
struggle
two,
to decide.
the Wheat Penny and Bridge and Maine were hard to choose from. Like, and it's weird because I thought going in, I was like, obviously it's going to be Maker's Mark. That's going to be my favorite. It's a surprise that it's not. So,
Just easier to find.
oh yeah, way easier to find. I can walk into like any liquor store and get this one.
Or the makers.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the 101 was originally going to be for duty-free shops and a gift shop at the distillery only.
Mm-hmm.
And the original offering was a liter.
Oh wow.
The ones you find in the liquor stores now are 750s.
Right. Yeah, that's what we had. It's on our shelf out there. But I'm glad they decided to not do that because it's delicious. And I think there's a huge market for it.
I think it went over well for them.
Yeah, it did. It did. I hope they keep doing it too, because like you said, it's the sweet spot. It's the perfect between their regular offering and the cask strength.
Yeah, Steve said when he went down to the distillery before they started distributing it all over the place, he went down to pick some up and they would only let him buy 2 bottles.
Wow. Really? Oh.
At the gift shop. He said, "How many did you get?" I said, "I got 4." I could get 4. I said, "So I took 4." I said, if they would have told me 6 right, I would have had to get a cart, you know, but
That's why you're the legend.
Yeah, that's why you're the legend. Get legendary things. So those that don't know, Rick, he has great stories. He has great bourbon stories. Finds more bourbon than literally anybody else we know. How many cases did you get at Spirits of French Lick this weekend?
I came home with over 3. But like 7 or 8 of those bottles is going up to Mike up in Kansas City.
Okay, yeah. But still, 3 cases just seems like, who gets 3 cases?
Yeah, but it's you know, I'm only keeping about 3 or 4 bottles of it. The rest are for other people, you know.
Oh, okay.
You know, made it worth you know, that's how I justify the trip, you know.
Yeah, it makes it worth the trip, and then it saves other people a whole trip.
Because I asked my wife last end of last week, I said, "Hey, Sunday, you want to take a drive and go have lunch?" She said, "Yeah, where?" I said, "French Lick, Indiana."
That's quite a drive. She's like, "Oh, I would want it."
Yeah, we made it up there last Friday. What'd you think of it?
I love it.
It's good, isn't it?
I love it. It's once again, Alan outdid himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for those that don't know, Spirits of French Lick is a little craft distillery in southern Indiana, in French Lick, and Alan Bishop, great distiller, a mastermind, crazy man. He came out with the iconoclast of one of his main spirits. Like, Rick, you have the bottles. You probably know more about them than I do.
Well, his
and he came out with an absinthe this weekend too.
He recently he came out with a bottled and bond version of Lee Sinclair, which is a 4-grain bourbon.
Yeah.
And what he did with these is he picked 3 that were off-profile barrels, mingled them together and bottled it. And magic happened.
Yeah. It's one of those things, either that experiment's going to be real good, or just we're not selling that to anybody. Yeah. And then, like you said, magic happened for that one. And good.
He seems to have really good luck with his experiments. The unpretentious from last year is huge on the secondary market, and he doesn't even like finished bourbon.
Well, when that came out, Bob, I went up there to get some. Yeah. That was another case and plus run. But I asked Alan, I said, "Who twisted your arm to do this?" I said, "Because I know you don't like stuff like this." He said, "Well, it isn't I don't like it." He said, "But a lot of other people do it." And he said, "I figured I don't need to." But he had 2 private entities that wanted a finished bourbon. So they did it, and then these people backed out. So they had 2 barrels of the stuff that they had finished, and like, what do we do with it? So they bottled it and put it up for sale in the gift shop.
Yeah, and unpretentious, it's coming up in one of our future Try It series. I think it's coming out this May or June. So if you're interested in that, we'll have it on one of these.
Yeah. It's like that.
Yeah. And their labeling is great. Every label they make, I'm like, I just want that on my shelf because it looks good.
You know,
the whiskey is good too.
that graphic artist is a resident of French Lick.
Mm-hmm.
He's local.
Yeah, that's super cool.
So if I understand it right, so the Iconoclast is going to be a series of experiments like this one with the
Right, exactly.
maybe blending of a few barrels or something.
Yeah, when he finds a few that are off profile, and okay, let's see what happens.
Yeah. That's cool when they do that. And then the absinthe he came out with, did you guys see that? The labeling on it, it was a collaboration. So it was something Alan did mixed with a guy from Dayton and then sent to Key West to be sold there.
Oh, Death in the Afternoon?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a bottle to be delivered on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm excited to find that one. I want that. Yeah, so everybody else here, are you guys just bourbon drinkers? Are you spirit drinkers? Like more into other things too?
Equal opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of people are like, no, I only drink bourbon, I only drink whiskeys, but I'm like, I want to try everything as long as it has flavor to it. Not big into like vodkas or anything, but rums, absinthes, sort of trying to figure out gins.
In terms of spirits, mainly a bourbon and whiskey, but also a wine and a beer drinker.
Okay, yeah, I get into some wines. I don't feel like I know enough about wines to fully speak about them or do things with them, but I appreciate them when I drink them.
We mostly just drink them. We don't try to explain anything about them to anyone.
Yeah,
So
it's better that way. And beers, are you craft beer people or just like beer in general?
yeah, more craft than domestic.
Okay, cool. And do you have a favorite and why?
So it's hard to pick one, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we spend a lot of time in Southern Maine, and we have a local brewery that we like quite a bit called Banded Brewing. They do a beer that's pretty, I'd say, unique. It's brewed with spruce tips, so it's almost like piney. It's called the Green Warden. It's distributed outside of the state, so you may see it in stores, at least in the Northeast, but it's not across the country for sure.
Okay, yeah, that would be interesting.
Very interesting here in Louisville. You would think that we're right in the middle of bourbon country, but it seems like in Louisville they're opening a new craft brewery about every week. It seems like there's just every time you turn around, there's a new one.
Yeah, but Neil, beer and bourbon go great together.
Oh yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's just interesting. So many breweries.
Yeah. Yeah, but Louisville's turning into kind of like a young city. Like, I'm not calling anybody hipsters or anything, but it's like they're new, they're younger. Like, let's go get craft beer. Like, it's turning into kind of like what Nashville was 5 years ago. I think Louisville has that coming for it. But all right, I'm going to turn off the recording, and then everybody can we hang out a little bit if you guys want to hang out. And